wonder if this shit's working. Oh shit, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to share this shit. God damn it. Oh, geez. Welcome to another episode of that show that you watch sometime. I think this might be the 27th episode of this particular atrocity of the eyes. But yes, welcome to another episode, number 27 of DTV. Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully you're doing well today. Nice to have you here. Whoever you are, you people out there in the internet that apparently exist and aren't bots. Although, maybe you are bots, maybe you aren't. I don't know. Well, what's going to be the focus of the show today? I don't know. I got a bunch of things clicked up over here. It was a really weird last couple of days of news, but, maybe it's an excuse because, I've just been immersing myself into Diablo Immortal, and honestly, I played for a couple of days. I got me that level 60. The last boss was really hard, and, that's it, There's a bunch of people out there that are going to be sitting there. I hear they're spending money in that game, which is crazy because if you think about it, if you look at how video games are played and you understand that psychology, you have a good, strong grasp on how you need to secede control into, hypothetically, into the age group that I'm in and the people that are younger than us. It's just the older folk haven't figured this one out yet, and if they did, I think that they would be a lot more successful. And I'm looking at this game, and it's like the craziest cash grab that I've ever seen. There's like, microtransactions on top of microtransactions for everything. And they're all saying, it's pay to win, blah, blah, blah. If you ever want to get all of your gems, it's going to cost you like $400,000 or something. And I'm like, get the fuck out of town. It's going to cost you that much to get all that shit? For real? For real? So, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to, be on that, but, it is a nice, reprieve from Star Citizen, because you got to remember that I'm coming from Star Citizen, and that's a game that is buggy, ridden with just kind of like flaws and shit, but for whatever reason, if you're a person that plays that game and you're from the community, you're like, you don't care about all that negative shit. You're just sitting there paying all your goddamn money for digital ships. That's what it is. Like, there's this thing that you could get called Legatus Navum. I'm not making this up. $25,000 you gotta spend on the video game to reach this level, and it's like a tier, because in the game when you're spending money, you don't realize it till you spend $1,000 that they invite you to be a Grand Admiral. And obviously I'm a bucket dumbass, so I have that title because I've spent that much money on digital ships, which is why I was like, damn, I'm not buying any more digital ships. I fucked this one up. I thought I was going to do a good job with it, but I didn't. But obviously, when that ship that I bought finally comes out, I'm going to like it and stuff. It's going to be cool flying that shit around the verse and shit. But right now, after the last patch that they put out of the game, it's just horrible. So I'm waiting till they literally patch it before I play it again. So it just happens that we got Diablo Immortal out there. So, I'm going to jump into that shit. If you want to friend me on it, I'm on the server Zoltan Cool. Zoltan Cool. That's the server I'm on. North America, Zoltan Cool. It was the best ping that I could find. That's the only reason why I picked it. No other reason. Don't know any other things. It was a random choice. All I noticed is that the server it picked for me had a shitty ping, and I was like, well, this one has a lower ping. I'm going to click on this one. So that was the only factor in my deciding to be on that server. Just in case you had any questions on that. But, I know people that have spent $25,000 on digital spaceships and above. And, then I turn around and I'm like playing this Diablo Immortal game, and I'm seeing some players around where you could tell immediately that they've bought some shit, because, you're like, the fuck? Look at all this shit you going on right now. Like you're like one-hitting people. This is ridiculous. So, I could see how it's going to be a big issue in the future, but understanding these little macrosms is a big thing, because it seems like that's where they're trying to push society, right? They're wanting to make sure that nobody owns anything and you're happy and you're getting graded and codified and swatified for every little thing that you do. You don't buy the iPhone, you're just renting it from us. You don't own your car. It's more of a long-term lease situation. Your house, you don't own your house, you're just paying rent on it. I mean, or do they just give you a free house? Everybody just living in little tiny box casitas for, as far as the eye can see. And it's like that liminal film with that dude that played Mark Zuckerberg in that one social media flick or whatever. And he's with that one bitch, and they're just in that place that just never ends and shit. Oh, God, I can't remember what it's called. Good fucking movie if you're into that liminal shit. But it is what it is. I think that's it, right? It's been gun control for the last couple of days. That's what I've seen a lot of. A lot of gun control. About a lot of, son, you best just be talk about how good gun control is. Your ass is going into the gulag. Or you're the motherfucking problem, whatever. And literally that's what I've been kind of seeing etch its way into our zone, and I'm not liking it. Obviously I'm a law-abiding gun owner, but they don't care about that shit anymore. I was just having YouTube play me a video about where some senator that I believe is of the Asian persuasion was talking about how, it's not a travesty that we shouldn't be investigating what happened in the riots in 2020 and shit. We shouldn't be investigating Antifa. We should be investigating the federal police that were picking up those Antifa. That's what we should be doing. And it's just kind of weird, because there was a lot of violence. Sure, there was a lot of gun violence. How come they're not talking about, making it more illegal to, try to siege your own country or city? Whatever that Chaz thing was. The Chaz, the Raz, the Blaz. It's all kind of crazy to me. I mean, just a few years ago, it was all about a lot of different things. I was going around to, music festivals and shit, doing my, internet job, and it was real cool. Life was really good. I was having all kinds of fun. I look back on it, and I'm just like, dang, man, I was having a lot of fun, but, I was also rubbing elbows with a lot of these different peoples. And, it's pretty interesting how opportunities and things change as far as, when people start getting into the whole politics situation. And even more so, it's like people aren't even happy if you own a gun. They're like, yo, do you own any guns? And I'm just like, yeah, pretty sure. Yeah, I got a couple. Why? I'm gonna go shoot them? And they're just like, what? Guns are bad. And I'm just like, what? They're bad? When? Since when? That's how we won this country. Because we used our guns and we fought off the British. Or some shit. I think that's how that went. Did it say that go? There was a guy, some kind of tea party happened, or maybe it was I was after or whatever. But I don't know. There was that dude that the British are coming with the lamps and shit. Come on, am I supposed to be an expert on history, or am I fucking it up just on purpose? The world may never know. I'm pretty sure that you have to dumb it down nowadays for the folks that are out there, because they forget about how this whole entire thing started, and they're taking some pretty liberal interpretations on how we should be interpreting certain rights and things. Like Joe Biden tells you that nothing in the Constitution is, set in stone. Your gun rights, your right to speech, they could go at any moment. That's some crazy shit, like, could this be Joe Biden in the near future? Biden X with the flags and the hair and shit, some earrings and shit. Is this how he's going to make sure that his campaign makes it to the area that he wants it to make it? Is that like how this all is going to work? What the fuck? Why did it change over to that one? That's weird. I didn't even click anything. Whatever. So, anyways, I believe that we can all laugh at these things, but maybe it is just a dumbass Photoshop world that we're living in. I feel like it's a dumbass Photoshop world what we're living in. Because, people are just doing wreck hyphy shit all the time. And I mean, the smallest things in the world can really trigger somebody. I mean, our entire society is boiled down from, like, having this attention span that is so long to now having an attention span that basically fits the same time frame that you're going to get a good TikTok clip. 15 to 30 seconds. I think back in the day when they had that one app called The Vine. You guys remember The Vine? Did anybody remember The Vine? It's like, nobody remembers The Vine, and then all of a sudden this TikTok thing comes out and it's a new hot thing, but it's literally just the same fucking app with a different name. Nobody talks about that. No, it's different. It's fucking different. They got more stuff. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. But anyways, it's amazing how now all of the power is in shorts. Like, here's a short from Kyle Rittenhouse, and all he's just saying is, come take them, Joe. And this is pissing people off. This is pissing people off. I mean, that had to be like $50 worth of thing. I mean, I don't know. This is a little weird, if you ask me, in a couple of ways, because they're obviously in an indoor firing range. That's clearly Kyle Rittenhouse right there, who's looking rather svelte, I might say. Looking like he lost some of them baby pounds. He might have been doing a little bit of, if you know what I mean. But I'm looking at this, and all of a sudden I'm having familiarity with the location, but specifically, it's there. I see this guy right here, and then the way that it looks in the background, and I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that might be the range that I go to, actually. But yeah, he went and shot some guns, and some people will. I have to say that there's just a lot of problems with it. The problem with people that don't know what a gun is insane. And I'm looking at all of the stuff that people are talking about right now, and I'm just kind of like, what the hell is going on with all of this shit? This shit from the incel killed 2 people, whining on Fox how the media is to blame for his inability to have a normal life, plus a video of Michelle shooting off rounds, tweets a veiled threat to the U.S. president a week after 19 children were killed. Sure, let's go shoot a minigun. Why not? I wonder how much it costs to shoot that. Shooting a minigun, $50, $60, $100, about 100 rounds, about 5 seconds. Probably cost a pretty penny if you ask me. What is this? Mark my words. Sooner or later, Kyle Rittenhouse is going to find himself behind bars. He thinks he's invincible. He is not. Last night he posted a threat to President Biden. I can't believe Twitter hasn't taken this down. It takes a monster to kill children, but watch the monsters kill children again and again, and nothing was just insanity. It's inhumanity. Amanda Gorman. Parents are broken, burying their kids well. Gleeful inhumanity is on display. What the fuck? A white supremacist murderer is using a weapon that gunned down 19 children, 10 black Americans, 3 teachers, and what he used to kill 3 people. This is what Republicans celebrate and uphold. It's a disgusting display of white male fragility and toxicity. Huh. A weapon that gunned down 19... What the fuck? I thought the last couple of gun crimes were done with handguns and AR-15s. I ain't ever heard of anybody doing a gun crime with a minigun, okay? I've never seen that happen. I'm not saying that it's never happened. I'm just saying that I cannot think in my brain or anywhere else where I've ever heard of, like, the cop showing up and somebody having a fucking minigun and shooting it at somebody. Like, I've just never heard of that. Like, maybe like Mexican cartel shit, sure, but in the contiguous United States, have you ever heard of just like somebody turning up with the minigun? Minigun crimes. How many minigun crimes have happened besides Terminator 2 and LA? I don't know, but I don't think I've ever seen anybody take that. Because I mean, you couldn't even walk and shoot that at the same time. Like, that thing's got to be on like a mount. And then think about how heavy all that ammo is. Like, oh, man. Why is this motherfucker trying to act hard when we all saw him crying like a bitch in 4K? Snot all over the floor and shit. Damn, Yoda the baby. What the damn, son? Yoda? Also, how is this tough? Why is the gun shit framed as a super masculine flex? It involves squeezing a trigger with a finger. Ooh, wow. How about showing me some real hand-to-hand? John Wick style. Show me some real skills. Give me something clever, because this is bullshit. George Hahn. John Wick style? Hand-to-hand John Wick style? I mean, John Wick? I mean, he's pretty good. Baba Yaga don't fucking kill me or whatever, but okay, Might as well have just said Keanu Reeves style. Everybody, that would have been a better burn. Just saying, because then you would have encompassed all the times that Keanu Reeves has ever done any kind of like fucking shit. Because like Man of Tai Chi, Matrix and shit, and John Wick. John Wick's like, I'm going to shoot you and you're going to die. And I could do it in real life. And then the Matrix like, oh no, I'm in the Matrix. I can fucking dodge bullets and shit. Like, like curve them and stuff. There's just some things to think about. Okay? Mm-hmm. A minigun runs off of 24 batteries, so you need... Damn, son! Wait, what the fuck? You need 24 volts to run a minigun? Why do you even know that, J.R. Riggs? Where are you? Some kind of, like, fucking hardcore Marine Corps person or motherfucker or some shit like that? That's like... We need to make a 12-volt minigun. Yeah. 12-volt minigun that shoots corkscrews. Uranium tips corkscrew rounds. Creak, creak, creak. That shit would be badass. Anyways, fucking Kyle Rittenhouse. So, it's super easy for somebody to make a little video and you can see how, like, people have said some things and, it's like, he knows that he's gonna get hate, but he still puts out the videos anyway, and that's the thing. It's like people forget this type of thing. Is this going to survive the news? Is it going to be all over the news in the next couple of days? Because I was looking around and I haven't seen it on the CNNs and MSNBCs of the world, but I'm sure that, the news week has been going slow enough that shit's probably going to make it out there because, we need to get a little bit more of that big fence around the house. How come back in the day it was okay when, back in 2008 when Jon Stewart was making fun of Joe Biden when he was the vice president doing his little gropey business. You know, like, how come that shit was okay back then? Was it a different time in 2008? I feel like life was different in 2008. I mean, you know, weed wasn't illegal. It was like a different time. You know, for most people nowadays, you could be like, it was pre-weed. We all thought that shit was going to get a lot chiller with the weed, but in actuality, it hasn't. Was it because, did COVID spread because everybody was like sharing their weed smoke and shit like that? I don't know, you know, but it makes you wonder, doesn't it? You look at YouTube and you see the narrative that's being pushed forward, and you gotta ask yourself, is it more? Man. You know what, the thing that should really piss you off is that the right wing stole that shit. Like, think about it. 8 years back in 2016, you know, was anybody really sharing the Joe Biden gropey memes? No, that shit didn't start coming until like 2020, and we've just been kind of seeing this push forward. But you've literally seen this over and over and over again. But how many of you could actually have pushed it out and been like, yeah, I saw that shit on Jon Stewart for? None of you. That's who. Well, maybe some of you. I don't know. I don't really know, okay? All I really know is that life is scary, because when you look at the total picture, it all of a sudden gets even stranger. You know, I heard about Joe Biden had some leaked emails. Did you guys hear this? Joe Biden has some leaked emails, and I don't know, whoever the AFLD as a director, wow, the big corruption is blown wide open in the big screen. It's pretty crystal clear at this point. The family is lying, cheating, and stealing from American citizens in full view, with no penalty. Laptop from hell.
Calm and measured.
Why do we always hear this? Laptop from hell shit.
Can come later.
Before we move on to the next email, can we just, if I had a highlighter, I would love to. Just got off the phone with your father. We have the 2 biggest business days of our lives in front of us.
Of our lives.
Of our lives.
This is right after Joe Biden had left the White House. Remember the timing, October of 2017. A lot of overseas business deals right on the horizon. This is also as Hunter's having some serious personal issues. So you read into this, remain calm, be smart. Everything goes up in, you like to do a lot of that, up in smoke. So he's dealing not just with business, but with personality issues with Hunter as well.
So what type of business deals are we talking about? We'll get into that in just a moment. But here's an example of who they might have been talking about doing business deals with. Here is another email. California, we have spoken with the governor, lieutenant governor, both personal friends for over 45 years. Last 15 years, very close to Hunter. Mayors, San Francisco, L.A., San Diego, they have invited us to come and determine our interests. New York State Governor Cuomo will meet whenever we are ready.
Cuomo?
Who's who of Democratic politicians potentially involved in all of these business deals, at least according to Jim Biden. In
October 29th, 2017 is when this leaked email be rearing from
his emails to Hunter.
Emails that we were never supposed to see, but by him speaking to them in this interview, he recognizes are legitimate. They have invited us to come and determine our interests. The investment was in the Biden family and the Biden brand. We showed that picture of Jim Biden. He looks a lot like Joe Biden, and they would push that.
Investment in the Biden name and the Biden brand. So now what type of deals are we talking about? Let's take a look at this. Here are 3 examples of deals that have come to light from the laptop. Let's focus in on this one. Pete, this is fascinating. This sets the stage, okay? This is in the year 2000. Biden versus Leonard Barrick. Now, this ended up in a lawsuit, but it was a deal where this Barrick family entered into a business deal with the Bidens with the express intent, hey, you're going to trade on the family name and help us in our business together.
In the lawsuit, it said use family name and his resemblance to his brother, United States Senator Joe Biden. By the way, they took out a $353,000 loan, did the Bidens, from a prominent Biden donor. And also, Mr. Barack hired James Biden's wife, Sarah, in the deal. So hire the family, get the investment.
To me, this deal only highlights that, like a lot of perhaps wealthy and corrupted families, they're happy to trade on
wealthy and corrupted families. What the hell's going on here? What the fuck is going on here? We're losing signal. We're losing signal. We're losing signal. What's happening? What do we get, like DDoS right now or some shit? What the fuck? Stop all the downloading. What the fuck is happening? This shit is going crazy. I can see my net speed dying. What the fuck? Sorry. We back? Is we back? Okay, cool. We're back. It looks like we're back. What the fuck? What am I phone or my phone? What the hell are you doing, phone? The fuck are you downloading? Huh. Somebody's trying to stop my production today. Anyways, what are we doing? We're just reacting to this video.
On a family name, but
yes.
It gets worse. Trade on a family name to do what? Well, here's another example of a lawsuit. This is from a medical services firm that they entered into a deal with. It also ended up in a suit. This time, though, the promise was that perhaps once Joe Biden was in office, you could get some contracts with, for example,
correct,
the Department of Veterans Affairs.
And he was supposed to promote the firm's healthcare model in the 2020 campaign as well.
Yeah.
The third one, which we're not even going to have time to get to, is the deal we know a lot more about.
Deal with the Chinese energy conglomerate. Wow. Kind of weird when you think about it. Very weird when you think about it. Energy deals? How come we didn't know about any of this stuff? And then they tried telling us, you know, the whole leak laptop and the Biden shit, but they didn't let that go through. Remember, Twitter and Facebook and everybody else, the social media giants, everybody else, the 50 intelligence officers, they all came out and said it's Russian disinformation. And then all of a sudden now we're in a proxy war with Russia through Ukraine, and everybody's just trying to tell me that this is just like a normal thing, right? Like this is just a normal shit. This is just how it's supposed to be or whatever. Yeah. I don't think so. I feel like the world has slowly but surely made its way into an even stranger situation than we lived in before, because now that all this information is flowing freely, it's like people aren't even saying anything anymore, or at least not saying anything, but basically being kind of, I don't know, super strange about this whole thing in a lot of ways. Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but then again, our president doesn't make a lot of sense. Let us take a nice 17-second clip from the Daily Wire and let us review that to make some more interesting thoughts.
The shortage of baby formula is due to the closure back in February of one of Abbott's infant formula plants. We need to take immediate action to stop contaminated formula from hitting store shelves and putting American children at risk. The shortage of baby formula is due to the closure back in February of one of Abbott's immediate action to stop contaminated. We needed to take immediate action to stop contaminated. We need to take immediate action to stop contaminated formula from hitting store shelves and putting.
We need to take immediate action to stop contaminated formula. Well, manufacture baby formula shortages. That's probably still a conspiracy theory, even though now there is an actual shortage. Is it a conspiracy, or is it just incompetency? I would have to lean towards incompetency. You know, like, this whole entire thing's just... is that a mini stroke? Like, was that a mini stroke? Dude, like, what's happening? What's happening? This isn't real. I thought that we're all supposed to be just normal and shit, and then, you know, like, nope, we're not. We're not normal. Things aren't normal anymore, you know, like an everyday situation is probably going to be not so everyday anymore. And think about it. Like, these are some crazy fucking people, dog. People are going nuts. People are insane, out of their minds, not understanding what the reality is even supposed to be anymore. And then you get people like this lady. Oh, this lady.
Some rights and freedom.
Look at this face right here. Look at how this thumbnail starts. That's at the beginning of the video. I'm not even fucking making this up. Tammy and Twins. At Tammy and Twins at TikTok. She's got a banger for you, dude. We're going to watch this shit together. And what do they say up at the top? And these people think they're on the right side of history. I don't know. Let's figure it out.
Some rights and freedom. That would tell you that. But since you seem to forget that, and you're all loud and proud with your big thoughts and your big ideas, and you want to, whatever, fucking set up hot tubs in Ottawa. I'm a recruiter. It's a small industry. Smaller than you'd think. Same with HR. So, if you're looking for a job, or maybe trying to keep a job, maybe, just maybe, think about what you're putting on social media. Again, freedom fighters. I know you're not really big with stats and, facts aren't your thing, But what I can tell you, what is a fact, is that recruiters talk. And recruiters, like the majority of Canada, don't.
I feel like there's going to be a really good punchline at the end of this one.
I agree with you. Do you know what that means?
Oh my God, it's awful.
What that means is that if you need a job, you might not get one. If you want to keep a job, you might not get to do that. And you know what else HR is good at? Documentation.
What is wrong with their fucking eyes, dude? What's wrong with their eyes?
You want to be an asshole.
What's going on with their eyes, bro?
We give you a couple tries. Then what do? We terminate you. With cause. If we're so lucky. If not, we give you the minimum allowed by law. Either way, best of luck to you. Recruiters are watching. HR is watching. Everywhere. And we hate you. We hate you so much. And you think we can't do anything. But we can. We have the power. Always. Remember that. Doesn't matter if there's a fucking man at the top of your HR department. It's run by women. And it's run by angry women just like me. I'm so glad I got that off my chest. It's been eating me up inside. And honestly, my heart goes out to you guys. I mean, you have families to feed, right? You brought your kids to this big event. You're freedom fighters. You're standing up. Oh, they will be so proud. So proud of you. Fuck yourself. Fuck yourself. Mwah. Love you.
Holy fucking shit. These are the people that apparently staff your HR departments, folks. Well, good old Tammy here, she made this video. She posted it to social media while reflexively talking about social media and how you shouldn't post shit like this on social media because you lose your job. And I bet every single one of you would be happy to hear that good old Tammy does not work for the company that she works for anymore. Yes. That was brought to their attention on Twitter and through emails and through a bunch of stuff from a lot of enterprising young lads and dads out there. And they promptly removed her from, doing anything in the HR realm and scene. And I'm pretty sure that this will go be floating around the HR circles for a little bit. And it's going to probably be hard for good old Tammy to get a job doing what she loves, fighting the man, rights and freedoms and all that other shit. But then again, these are the people that, HRPA is aware of the video posted by one of its regulated members and does not condone or endorse any way the statements made about HR practice therein. Further, HRPA is reviewing the matter to determine if this is a breach of the rules of professional conduct. Yeah, kind of seems like people are going after everything that she does. They didn't just go after their job. They're going after professional accreditations and everything else. And you got to think that, this is what the left has done since they've enacted cancel culture. More and more freedom fighters and patriots and Q people, whatever the fuck you're going to call them nowadays, all of them have come together and have slowly but surely whittled away their pride and started enacting and enabling the usage of some of the more nefarious tactics in the world. You see? They're like, aha, I see that it's easy for you to do it. Well, we are going to do it too. You take one of ours out, we'll take one of yours out. And then it just becomes a battle of attrition where pawns are just thrown out. Which is why you should probably watch what you say on social media, even if you're the person that's, trying to, like, stop everybody from thinking that, you're, like, the king of social media or whatever. Which, I'm not. Obviously, I had a good run, but then I got taken out. So, now we just want to, like, make sure people know that we're still alive and stuff. We're still alive. Unlike James Bonder. Oh! Doo-doo. Sorry, that's probably a bad joke. I heard that, though. Some people have some mentioned it in the chat, so I figured I'd say something about it. Because, like, I was friends with James Bonder on Facebook. We interviewed him one time. He was definitely batshit fucking crazy. I don't think I'll ever forget that because I'm a pretty good computer guy. And, with Munder, I never knew what his whole deal was. If he was, like, fucking crazy, or if he was, like, crazy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know if he was, like, crazy, or he was crazy, or if it was all just an act and he was really just a normal guy. I tried to meet up with him, when he was in Vegas. He didn't want to meet up when I was down there, something CIA. He always thought that I was, like, a CIA agent. That's what he was always saying. And I'm like, nah, bro, I'm just, like, a fucking regular, like, short, fat dude. You want to go to the buffet? You want to go get some hookers or something? I don't know. What do you like to do? Fucking make videos and talk about crazy shit. Well, yeah, that guy apparently died. I mean, I waited a long time, but I've seen it on Marboogle or Marfugle or Marfuckboy or whatever you call that guy's name. He was obviously talking about it because he's real big with the community. Everybody really loves that Marfugle guy, even the people that hate him. He even says that apparently they got it verified, but yeah, I guess he was driving on the 405 freeway and a Tesla exploded and then, took out his car or some shit like that. Or, or what was it? Like, it was a Tesla, it was on autopilot and then, like, Elon Musk, like, fucking super hated, like, James Munder or whatever. So, like, he, like, inactivated the secret kill feature and, like, took him out or whatever. I don't know. No, I don't think that's how it happened or whatever. All I know is that there was like a pretty bad accident. He didn't survive it. He was, I believe, pronounced dead on the scene, actually. But they didn't talk about who it was. But after it happened, there was a bunch of people sharing it around on Twitter and stuff. But I hadn't seen an obituary or anything like that. So I figured, like... It's probably normal, but yeah, people have mentioned that, there was a Tesla car involved, like somebody fell asleep, like autopilot in their shit or something like that, and he got merged into, or he hit them. I don't know, I don't know. All I know is a bunch of people have been saying some crazy shit about what happened, and I don't really know, I don't know. I'm not fucking the Phoenix Enigma, so I ain't gonna fucking investigate that shit, figure out, get to the bottom of that stuff, but... I mean, the dude always was a crazy individual. He was always like T.I. talking about how he was a targeted individual. So, like, it's just kind of crazy how he went out, And, I mean, he was a bigger YouTube personality who just kept on getting taken out left and right. But he had a massive following, and it's just kind of weird, sometimes how these things end. And it's just kind of, like, crazy to me, It's crazy to me. People always say, he was always talking about how people are agents and shit. You a fucking agent, bro. Well, now you with the agents in the sky. Now you're a fucking secret agent. You're probably fucking watching me right now, you motherfucker. Where the fuck are you at, Munder? You guys want to do a James Munder seance or whatever? I could probably call him in here. He's probably still fresh dead, hanging around. He obviously didn't want to leave. Obviously. But... fucking Munder. Yeah, so now what do we really do with Wonder? I don't know, somebody's got to take up the Mundeezy mantle. I'm sure there's a person in his community that's already making their way up to the tizzy top. I mean, all you got to really do is just be like, dude, they're fucking following me. Everybody's coming after me. You just basically got to, like, act in between, like, a paranoid meth head and, like, Alex Jones, and you're pretty much, pretty much there. And then, you got to do a lot of the... oh, what's up, research resolutions, James Munzer. Like, this is pretty good. I mean, he made all of his shit on his phone for the most part. Oh, dude, they fucking hacked into my Wi-Fi. They're in my fucking phone, bro. You gotta, like, clean my phone up. You gotta, like, fix my computer and shit. Yeah, but you gotta do it all remote. And I'd be like, I can't fucking do it all remote. I gotta fucking be sitting in front of it. That's why we gotta meet up. No, man, you can't meet up. Can't meet up, bro. The Munderground news. Yeah. Kind of sad. But I still haven't seen an obituary on that one. So, I don't believe that he's dead until I see the obituary, like fucking cremation certificate, little box of ashes or whatever. Maybe he left a will. If he left a will and it says some shit like Topanga gets my ashes and he's got to go fucking spread them at the Bohemian Grove or some shit like that. I mean, like, what the fuck? Why me? Well, you're a CIA agent, so I knew you could get access. Motherfucker. There was that guy that was talking about getting me in the Bohemian Grove the other week. Maybe there is some truth to this thing. Maybe they are gonna flay me alive inside of like a fucking bull or some shit like that. Fuck. That's gonna suck, man. That's gonna be painful as shit. God, I hope that doesn't happen. Yeah, but what can you really do? Robot killed him, man. Elon Musk took him out, dude. Elon Musk, I'll never forgive you for taking out fucking James Munder, dude. He was onto your bullshit, dude. My eyes are open, bro. Yeah. Whatever. Sad. Makes you sad, when people die or whatever. And that I'm still alive. Fuck. Even at death, this person is... What's it called? More popular than I am. God damn it. Whatever. All right. Here's a nice palate cleanser.
Open more doors to trade.
Prime Minister, how's your day going?
Oh, it's busy, but fantastic.
Like the doors to $10 trillion investment firm BlackRock. But Ardern is not just a brand ambassador. She's the Prime Minister with power, and those she's meeting know it. Open more doors to trade.
Prime Minister, how's
Oh, shit. The Prime Minister of New Zealand hanging out over with BlackRock? What? Holy shit, Sewer Guy Rub coming in as a member of 36 months. 36 months? That's like 3 years, bro. What the fuck? Thanks. I appreciate you. Sewer Guy Rob. We need more people like Sewer Guy Rob. That's that old blood, dude. He's old blood. I mean, I don't know. We got to give him something. That's like 3 years. That's like he needs like a party or something. That's a long time. Have I been streaming that long? Have I been a failure this long? Jesus Christ! I guess, like, at least we still running it, though. We still making it happen, though. That we still doing it. I completely forgot you could become a member of the channel. Yeah. But yeah, I'm in the CIA. I'm in the CIA. I'm a Bitcoin billionaire. And what else do you guys want? Yeah, if I was a Bitcoin billionaire, do you really think that I would live like this? Who the fuck would live like this and just... It would be their choice. That person would be a maniac. Maybe I am a maniac. I don't know.
You go to Facebook on
it's too early to tell.
A daily basis. The posts with the most engagement are from Ben Shapiro, Dan Bongino, Candace Owens. It is right-wing content. It dwarfs progressive content. It dwarfs mainstream media content, which is actually should be the part that scares us the most, that Ben Shapiro's Daily Wire has more followers and engagement, many times more than the New York Times or CNN. That is a problem for democracy. You go to Facebook on a daily basis, the most...
Hey, guys, it's a problem. All these right-wing people are getting way more play than the CNN, New York Times, and this is a fucking problem for democracy. People should be coming to us for news and not these right-wing pieces of crap. Well, news guys, maybe y'all should have thought about, like, doing the actual news and actually talking about something instead of colluding with the fucking intelligence agencies and shit to, like, you know, enslave us. How about that? You know? How you like that? Whatever. Who cares? What's this? Mom in horrific LA hit run speaks out. Oh, this gotta be...
I can't even imagine how you feel when you... Well, how do you feel when you see that?
You know, at this point, I'm pretty numb to it. I watched it about, you know, I'd say at least 1,000 times. I've still shotted it to see, you know, did I do what I thought I did? Did I do everything I could to protect my child? And thankfully, I think I did.
Yes.
But it was very tough to watch at first. Made me very sick. But I'm okay now watching it.
It seems very obvious, and I'm just looking at the screen right now. There's space for him to avoid you and your son, but it looks like he did it on purpose.
Absolutely, he did it on purpose. You know, I made eye contact with him as he was approaching us. I screamed for him to stop. You know, there was plenty of room. 2 cars can fit. It's a one-way street, so it's meant for just one car. But you know, there are cars that can park on the side of the road, and there's still plenty of room for another car to pass.
Ban them.
So anyone who would mow down a mother and her baby in a stroller.
Somebody tried to mow down a mother and a baby in their fucking Prius? God damn. Ban Priuses. Ban cars. They're dangerous. Cars are more dangerous than AR-15s. Shit, yeah. Put somebody behind a fucking Tesla. That thing's like a fucking bomb. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's probably not that difficult to be driving that thing, go real fast, like jump out or whatever, have some kind of thing ribbing up into it. Yeah. Lithium fire. You know? Like, what the fuck, man? Like, are you kidding me, dude? And that's in California. This is a Democrat that voted for George Gascon. And they're just letting these people get away with this shit over there. Like, LA's crazy, dude. I ain't going to fucking California. This is like settling it and shit. Like, I don't want somebody to steal my shit. That place is crazy as fuck, man. You know, it's like Demolition Man. I'm telling you, it's like Demolition Man. We're coming up into the point where we're going to start having, like, warlords and shit. You watch. You watch, motherfucker.
On purpose is someone who should be locked far away from the rest of us, no?
Absolutely, and I just learned from Bill Malusian on Sunday that the kid had a felony record already and was out on probation when he hit me.
Felony record.
So how do you, I mean, this is almost a rhetorical question, how do you feel about what George Gascon has done? What message does that send?
I mean, it sends a lot of messages. It sends messages to criminals that, you know, it's okay to do bad things because we're not going to punish you. We're going to punish the victims instead. You know, I'm just beside myself with the comments that he's come out with on Twitter, citing that, you know, California law says that the punishment is fair, when in fact it's his policies that he put into place that prevent us from getting appropriate justice.
Yeah, dude. Might have to get an RV. Just like go bunk out, you know. Maybe I should go get one of those old military trucks that's got one of the engines that can run on diesel, gas, whatever the fuck, and just build like a little house on top of that, and then just go drive off onto the into the wilderness with like some Starlink and just be all like, bitches, I'm still fucking alive, but I'm out here in the middle of fucking nowhere and the CIA's after me. God damn, that'd be like James Bond 3.0. Imagine if that was your like whole gimmick. Somebody just like you raised all this money, built like a fucking van house, tiny house shit, and then you were like driving your military truck, fucking RV around and shit, and you know, like having events, talk about aliens and shit, and how the government's got secret underground bases. Dibs. Yeah, that would be tight. I would, you know, be a lot tighter than getting run over by a fucking Prius, and then the guy's out of jail. It was already a felon, should have been in jail, but they were like, fuck yeah, we don't even care, man. It's California, dude. It's California. Speaking of Prius, I mean, most people, if you're smart, I guess if you got any sense in you got some kind of hybrid or something like that to get the gas sting down a little bit. There's still some of you out there that are still driving around your big ass trucks and shit like that. just like putting all your money in a gas tank. You know what? That's all you, fool. That's all you.
83% of people polled by the Wall Street Journal say the economy is poor or not so good.
So when it comes to consumer confidence, is what you're talking about there, we know that can reflect concern and uncertainty about higher prices. People feel the effect of high prices when they go to the grocery store and they feel they're up their gas tank, which the president understands very personally when he was growing up, and understanding how when prices elevate even just a bit, how much that can hurt a family, how much that can really affect someone's household. But the fact is, we are in a fundamentally different place compared to when the president took office and compared to this time a year ago. And so, during this presidency, people felt uncertain about the economy generally, but they actually felt as good about their personal financial situation as they ever have, according to the Federal Reserve survey, with nearly 80% of adults reporting that they are financially comfortable. So that matters as well.
Yeah, that matters. Gas bills are up. Electricity bills are up. California is telling people not to charge their electronic vehicles because they don't want to cause damage to the power outage, but everybody should be buying electric cars and shit because, the future is coming and we totally have the infrastructure for it. Yeah. Gasoline's only up 143% since he took office. That's not that bad. You guys, it's okay, man. It's okay. It's okay. You can survive. You can tough it out. It's like, we're fighting a war and shit. Wait, we're not actually in a war. I forgot. They're just trying to make us act like we're in one and give us all the shit that's happening. Like, if we went into a war right now, everything that's going on goes triple. Gas prices up 300, 400%. Electric prices up 150%. Gas bills for your home electric are $100. Think about it. So it's like people are like looking at the future and seeing how this inflationary period happens. Like, we're trying to get out of this shit. There's no way that we could possibly engage Russia or any other country right now in a military stance without putting an extreme pressure onto people to the point where, like, I don't know, they'd have to like change all the Starbucks into like manufacturing facilities and shit. That's the real shit. That's really where we are right now. And, they're not really doing anything to stop any of this stuff that we're dealing with. Like, what's this?
83% of people polled by the Wall Street Journal say the economy is poor or not so good.
So when it comes to consumer confidence, is what you're talking about there, we know that can reflect concern and uncertainty about higher prices. People feel the effect of high prices when they go to the grocery store and they feel they're up their gas tank, which the president understands very personally when he was growing up, and understanding how when prices elevate even just a bit, how much that can hurt a family, how much that can really affect someone's household. But the fact is, we are in a
yeah, think about that. 82% of people say that they're fucking up, but you know what? This is what they're worried about.
And what we also know is that the opponents of background check bills and the red flag bill, if they're so concerned about these bills infringing on their rights, then they are exactly the ones that we need to be concerned about. And
right. They're all worried about gun control and playing some shit like, y'all are the ones we need to be worried about if you're worried about red flag laws and not owning guns. If you're talking about not owning guns and we pass legislation, we're just looking at you like, oh, we're coming for you. Oh, boy, we're going to get you. There's nothing. Oh. Yeah. It's shocking. New Mexico gun caucus owners. That's just strange. Shall not infringe. Nah, we're gonna infringe. You see what we did during COVID? You guys let us get away with that shit. We're taking your guns, bitches, and then we're taking your voices. And then you will be slaves to the system, and you will like it, and you won't be able to say anything about it, and you gave up all your power, and it's your problem. What? Wow. Matt Walsh has gone fully genocidal on transgender people. This is what we're up against this Pride. They want to fully eliminate transgender people. They are stating it out loud more than ever now. No, transgender people! Yes, to put it in other ways, it should be illegal for doctors to do this to anyone of any age. Oh, shit. Yeah. Do what? We can't even see because the account no longer exists. It has just disappeared. Yeah. We're still having that debate. I forgot it was Pride Month. It used to also be a month about Catholicism and Catholic month, but apparently there's less gay people than there are Catholic people, so now they are the minority and they get all the attention and shit, so all of us Catholics or whatever are just like, oh, it's okay, Jesus. I still love you. I still make it to pray. Spirit de Sancti. Anyways, I feel like a lot of folks out there don't really understand, but, we've been in this war for a long time, and the war has heated up. Before, it used to just be like, oh, yeah, there was a Pride Month. And then all of a sudden now it's everywhere. People are changing their profile pictures, oh, it's Ukraine, and then it's Pride, and then it's another thing, and it's another thing. And the talk about this seems to never go anywhere. And, Matt Bosch put out a video talking about what is a woman and goes to interviews and talks to a bunch of people about what it is. And, I mean, even those people don't really understand. They have their rhetoric, but they don't have any actual physical evidence to show that the only thing that's changed in this whole ideology has literally been ideology. It's just like, oh, well, it's a thought process. You see, you just have to change your mind for us and do what we say, and it'll be fine. It doesn't matter what you learn. It doesn't matter if that's what the public schools taught you. That doesn't matter. Okay, you know what does matter? That you get on with your shit. That's what matters. And maybe we should just put everybody on watch lists. Ohio Republicans voted to put Canada on a federal watch list because they said, hey, everything that we saw going down during the whole coronavirus thing, and then, all that stuff with the truckers and how they handled it, we want to put Canadians on a watch list. These people are sketchy as fuck. They're definitely not Americans trying to give up their guns and be all weird and shit. We're just going to say, if you're Canadian right now, we got our fucking eye on you. This is Ohio. This is Ohio speaking. Honestly, I had a fucking funny-ass meme about Ohio. But, what? I don't know what happened to it. It was in the memes folder, but there's so many memes in here that sometimes I just gotta scroll it up or whatever, and it's just, I can't find it. Maybe I didn't post it in memes. Yeah. I've already scrolled too far. Kansas woman accused of leading all-female ISIS battalion in Syria pleads guilty. Allison Fluke Arikin was age 42, was charged with conspiring to provide material support or resources to a foreign terrorist organization. Holy shit! What the fuck? An American woman fighting for ISIS pled guilty? What the crap? I mean, wait a minute, if this is a thing that you can't do, isn't there like a bunch of Antifa types and shit that went and like did the same exact shit? How come they haven't been arrested? I have a lot of questions. Because I feel like you shouldn't be able to do this. In 2019, criminal complaint against her was unsealed in January at the U.S. District Court of Eastern Virginia. Huh. She and her former husband moved to Egypt in 2008, moved to Libya and Turkey before they eventually crossed into Syria about 2014, and then they engaged in terrorist activity from 2011 to 2019. Are you sure these guys are really like the fucking CIA, disavowed and shit? Oh, y'all got burned and we're not taking you back, so we're gonna say you're all terrorists. How many times is this story gonna play out? I feel like we probably should have heard a lot more about this shit, but apparently, yeah, she was training young women to become fighters for ISIS. Those guys that, all those transgender people and gay people seem to forget about because they're like, hey, we might get those rights here in the United States, but let's not talk about how we're going to deal with the fight going off forward. Right. Speaking of these people, the New York attorneys accused of firebombing of police cars have been given a generous plea deal. You may not remember this one, but yeah, these two attorneys were out there doing all the riotous actions and shit, threw a bunch of Molotov cocktails at a police car and stuff, got arrested. Well, apparently they're getting off pretty easy. They originally were facing a domestic terrorism charge and the possibility of 30 years in jail, but the Biden administration agreed to a massive reduction in charges in a plea agreement that will likely only result in a couple of years jail time. What is bizarre is that the plea agreement reduces an earlier plea agreement for a more serious offense. Wow. The Biden administration stepped in and got them a big reduction in their sentence. Oh, well, you're going to serve 30 years? Now it's only going to be like 5 years. I bet you they get out in 1 year after Joe Biden's all like, oh, I'm going to commute all the sentences for all the Antifa prisoners and blah, 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 blah. Very interesting indeed. Very interesting. Wouldn't kind of be don't seem like the kind of people that you would want to be saving, but seems like the kind of people that they're saving. Huh. What the fuck? Texas suspends inmate transport after a scandal left 5 dead. What the heck? Texas prison system isn't moving any transporter or any inmates because one escaped from a bus last month and then killed a man and his 4 grandsons? Holy shit. Texas isn't sounding too great either, man. I mean, you know, Texas is a great state or whatever, but what the fuck? They got inmates coming out? Killing people and shit? Now they're not moving anybody? Weird. What's this? Streamer spends nearly 4,000 on Diablo Immortal and doesn't get any 5-star legendary gems. Wow. Wow. Damn, sewer guy Rob. Thanks for the diamond. Did you know that those sometimes are forever? Some dumbass from New Zealand spent $4,000 on a fucking Diablo Immortal, so I got a 5-star gem. Dude, I almost got a 5-star gem, and I'm just playing free, man. Dumbasses. Food delivery billionaires see fortune swoon as pandemic ebbs. Massive wealth reversals for DoorDash and Just Eat's founders. End of lockdowns, inflation hammering, delivery firm shares. Oh no, looks like all those food delivery apps are starting to come down off of their big highs when the pandemic was around, and basically they were the only way that you could even get food in a meaningful bit of time without having to deal with all the bullshit. And, you know, as a guy that does DoorDash from time to time, I can say that it's definitely getting a lot slimmer out there. I had this one chick the other day who didn't even put a tip on the order. The only reason I accepted it is because I wanted to see what the order was. And she ordered like $30 worth of food and it didn't even tip nothing. She hadn't tipped nothing. And then when I got there, I handed her her food. And she was just like, oh, not even smiling? And I was all like, for no tip? Definitely not smiling. Fucking walked out, left out of that shit. Fuck you, bitch. But yeah, might have something to do with the inflation and gas being very expensive, or the, you know, people not wanting to go drive your fucking food. Could be something like that. I mean, Janet Yellen and the World Bank expect elevated inflation to persist, but oh, Janet Yellen, weren't you the one that just said, oh, this is going to be some transitory shit, it's only going to last a few months and then everything's going to be fine? And now they flipped the script and said, oh, well, by the way, this elevated inflation thing, yeah, it's gonna stick around for a while. And the debate president finally said the word stagflation. So now we know that, oh, guess what? It's gonna be so bad that the stagflation is gonna have stagflation. Thank God. I can't wait to be a poor motherfucker with nothing. Wait, I already am a poor motherfucker with nothing. I mean, it could get worse for sure, but hopefully the legions of hell invade the earth or zombies take over, some aliens come and some shit happens that, you know, we can all just forget about all this bullshit and fight them. God, wouldn't that be a great time? It'd be a great time. Oh, shit. Burger King, they made a Pride Whopper. A Pride Whopper. What's a Pride Whopper? Is it just a regular Whopper with 2 buns or 2 top buns or 2 bottom buns? It's time to be proud. Oh, fuck, that's super real. Would you like 2 tops or 2 bottoms? We make it your way. That's their big thing for Pride right there? Seriously? You're not even going to try? You're just going to switch it up? You want double buns or you want double tops or double bottoms? That's your big play? Holy shit. This ain't it, bro. What the fuck? It doesn't like itself. Oh, God. Why? That shit almost got me as good as this right here. You guys see this one? Add pride to your next BLT. Kraft Real Gayo. Smooth and sassy. Mayonnaise. Now made with bonus trans fat and closet-free eggs. Unfortunately, this is a doctored photograph. This is not actually real. I posted on Facebook and I said, it's real. And then I didn't say anything else just to get people's reactions. And bonus trans fat. Didn't you want less trans fat? What would you want? More trans fat? Oh, right, because it's supposed to be a play on trans people. Got it. Okay, I got it. You can't get that shit past me, dog. Damn, Burger King. You too. I fucking like Burger King. But god damn it, Burger King. You motherfuckers. Your Pride Whoppers and shit. What the hell is this? New research unearthed insights into Satoshi and Bitcoin's early days. The paper makes no claims about the Bitcoin network today, more than a decade after the end of the period analyzed, but it underscores well-known and long-standing privacy challenges. People investigated shit on the Bitcoin network? Oh, but this is what I wanted to see right here. Wow. It's really crazy when you look at the Bitcoin network in this little, like, blobbity blob tube or whatever. I didn't know somebody did this. I did not know somebody did this. But it's a good visualization. So they went through the very beginnings of the network and identified basically 64 individuals. So there's 64 people that were involved with keeping the Bitcoin network rolling and drolling for the entire time since its beginning and inception, you know, when the first block was mined in 2009 till I believe sometime in February of 2011. A total of 64 people were basically mining and controlling the entirety of the network of Bitcoin. I bet you didn't know that, bitches. You probably didn't. Damn, were you one of the 64 people that was mining Bitcoin today or at that time? Then you're probably a millionaire unless you're a fucking dumbass. I'm a fucking dumbass. Raise your hand. I'm a fucking dumbass. Say it with me now. I'm a fucking dumbass. Anyways, yeah. But if you're not a fucking dumbass, then you probably ended up being like one of these people. These are basically the original whales. And it does have Agent One, the creator of Bitcoin, and all the different associated little graphs. But from the paperwork or the new paper that it's done, they've done a lot of really great research. And I think that they're finally showing even more now that Mr. Satoshi Nakamoto is definitely not fucking Craig Wright, but you can really see a lot of the different people out there, and they've actually, like, talked about a bunch of people. Like, they have the Bitcoins that belong to an entity known as Dr. Evil, who did something for Michael Brown, blackmailed the Mitt Romney also donated to WikiLeaks. They even have the spot for where you could see the Dread Pirate Roberts, Ross Ulbricht's actual, like Bitcoin hash, how much that he had. Not everything that was in the, actual Silk Road itself, but it puts it into perspective when you really think about it. It was like when the Silk Road happened and all that shit was going down, the entire Bitcoin network was basically 64 people's computers networked together that were running all of the transactions for all of that shit. Put that into your brain. So the Dread Pirate Roberts back down in this day went around 67, and the situation where he was using all of his stuff at that time, back in 2011, there was only 64 people that were basically mining and running the network. Crazy, if you really think about it. Because I know I was one of those 64 people, but I don't know very many other ones of the 64 people. I can even see the one for the first GPU miner right there. And damn, that person made quite a big chunk of change. And then you have a lot of other ones out here. But it's very interesting to think about when you look at this particular area and how many Bitcoins. And you can see that this little box right here equals 1,000 Bitcoins. So it's supposed to take that box size and then kind of like put it over this. And that's like 1,000 Bitcoins. So it's a lot. So the more that you look into this stuff, I guess the better you can see. But if you look at what they were saying, it says each mining agent represents a tile in an area proportional to the quantity of Bitcoin they mine. Those tiles are positioned in a circle that's clockwise direction according to the time those agents mine their first Bitcoin. The 64 agents who mine the most Bitcoin in the 25-month frame are identified in ascending order. So think about that. This is supposed to be a super complex system that does all of this stuff, but back when it was big, it didn't have to be big for all these things to happen, which kind of makes you wonder if people are even really looking at the beginnings of the times, because it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense, as it were. And everybody keeps seeming to be posting that, Satoshi Nakamoto was an American-based researcher. They say back in 2008. Damn, 2008. What the fuck was I doing in 2008? Shit, man. No, I wasn't smoking weed back then, I don't think. I was getting pretty drunk, though. Pretty drunk. Researchers avoid wading into the minefield to try to unmask him, but they could see quite a bit of different things from him. Basically, from forum posts, emails, other things of that nature. Whoever it was posting from the Western Hemisphere in daylight hours and generally only mining in the nighttime. And these data are in line with the possibility that Satoshi Nakamoto was either living in North or South America, possibly the Pacific time coast, or utilizing Pacific mountain time coast. Nobody really can get it down because it seems to waver from left to right. But it's very interesting that they would keep saying that, because people that have done linguistical analysis of how Satoshi Nakamoto spoke and wrote, and he wrote a really strange way that made it seem like he was like a British person, and nobody could figure out if he was doing it on purpose or if it was something that person just picked up from being on British forums a lot. But it's just interesting to think about. I figured I'd give you guys that little anecdotal piece of evidence out there, because the Bitcoin network is definitely mushroomed and the difficulty rating has gotten substantially harder, but goddamn, who gives a shit about that? Matthew McConaughey's like, hey man, y'all just need to give up your guns, man. You just need to give up them guns. You need to give up them guns like you need to give up them cheeks, girl. We all need to learn into not allowing the bad guy to get a gun before we have to catch him. Yeah, that's what we need to learn. We don't need to learn how to take out the bad guy with their gun, because, good guys with guns are the things that stop bad guys with guns. But hey, I'm Matthew McConaughey. I'll sell you Lincoln sometimes. I've been in some movies you like. Get rid of your fucking guns. Goddamn animals. He did get jabbed, so, maybe it's just a nano robot taking over his brain. I don't know. FBI seizes retired generals' data related to Qatar lobbying. Oh, 4-star general whose authorities said he made false statements and withheld incriminating documents about his role in a illegal foreign lobbying campaign on behalf of a wealthy Persian Gulf nation in Qatar? Ooh! Farah? Is this like General Flynn all over again? It sounds like General Flynn all over again. NATO generals and shit. Where you at, George Webb? Why aren't you talking about Marine General John Allen, top commander of Afghanistan? Huh? Maybe he is. I actually haven't seen his like Twitter account or anything like that. Does he have a Twitter account? Yeah. I don't know. Inflation's not stopping. New whistleblower alleged that the FBI is purging conservatives at the Bureau. One agent, a decorated war veteran who served in Iraq and Kuwait, the FBI had the audacity to question the whistleblower's loyalty to the country. Wow. Shit, if you're a conservative in the FBI, you got to go, bro. We don't want you in here. We got Tammy. We just hired Tammy over at the FBI, and she's going to be handling our HR. She found out you're a conservative, so your ass is fucking grass. You're gone, motherfucker. You're gone. Cool. So, yeah, basically the Democrats owe the FBI. We already know this. Cool. What the fuck is this? Just another normal day in New Orleans. Yeah. Whew. Are they sure they're not fucking, like, shooting a music video or something?
He don't want it, man. Tell your shorty get in the car, go. We finna slide. Yeah, man. We got the bitches on us. We ain't
Okay, yep, it's definitely Cyberpunk 2077, except for we don't got all the implants and shit, and we're like early Cyberpunk. We're still like Steam Cyberpunk. Biden's Homeland Security issues heightened threat of advisory because of the fears of mass casualty violence, and the Supreme Court overturns Roe versus Wade. Oh, fuck. You thought Roe versus Wade was gone, didn't you? You thought that shit was going to be getting talked about anymore. Well, you're wrong. The Biden administration is warning you that if Roe versus Wade is overturned, there's going to be mass casualty violence. What do you mean? Like, what the fuck is mass casualty violence? Are you talking about riots and shit? There's going to be riots and there's going to be mass casualty events and shit? What the fuck? DHS released a bulletin warning of a dynamic threat situation propagated by lone offenders in small groups in the coming months. The threat assessment expires at the end of November after the midterm races. Wouldn't you know it? Possible targets include houses of worship, government figures and buildings, the media, schools, minorities, and critical U.S. infrastructure. Attacks can be motivated by false or misleading narratives regarding the current events, such as information on abortion and the southwestern border crisis. The Supreme Court is expected to issue a ruling on abortion this month. The judicial body has scheduled another day to release the opinions this Wednesday. Oh, shit. So the abortion thing's coming back into the news, and that's probably why they're trying to get all that gun control out there, because Wednesday, that's like 2 days from now, maybe. So on Wednesday, we're probably going to get the actual draft opinion that wasn't supposed to be leaked. So like the full opinion, maybe with some addendums in there or something like that, that still says that Roe versus Wade is probably going to be overturned. Or they could have totally changed their mind. All I know is that Wednesday's probably going to be a pretty pivotal day. So they're basically saying, Biden's regime saying, yeah, so if that shit's not changed on Wednesday, then there's definitely going to be some shit happening all over the place. You know, Biden, I'm going to be fine. I'm the president. But y'all motherfuckers are on your own. Where's my ice cream? Sweet, dude. This is tight, bro. Homeland Security, high threat advisories. Well, I guess we should look forward to that one in the coming days. Yeah. Speaking of mass casualty events, Reports of shot fired inside of a Walmart Supercenter in Phoenix, Arizona. Jesus Christ. Walmart Supercenter near Interstate 17 in the Metro Parkway. Oh, great. Right by where people I know live. Yeah. Kind of like strange, if you ask me. Phoenix, Arizona, another shooting, arrested. God, look at that. Wait, Casa Grande? That's where I'm from. Andy Vermette shares Arizona man threatening mass shootings at high school, police station, movie theater. Joshua Adam Bowden, age 19, arrested in Casa Grande. Holy shit, that's my hometown, bro. That's where I'm from, motherfucker. Holy shit. He was gonna go do that shit in my home fucking town. Well, if that doesn't bring everything closer to home, then I don't know what was. That's a 19-year-old kid threatening mass shootings at the local high school. There's only 2 high schools in Casa Grande, Arizona. There's 1 police station in Casa Grande, Arizona, and there's 1 movie theater. Well, technically, I think now there's like 2 movie theaters because now they got that big-ass movie theater over at the Galleria or whatever, so he's probably talking about that one, not talking about the little smaller one or whatever. But, yeah. Kind of makes you wonder. They seem to be picking them up a lot faster nowadays. Damn. You know, what happened with all the other ones where these guys had all this time to get this shit down? Hometown fucking shut this shit down. They got their fucking shit. FBI contacted them and they went handle business before anything happened like should be happening. Why the fuck did this happen in Vivaldi? Guy said they threatened people, all this other shit. Kid was buying guns and shit. Went and did all the shit. Same kind of shit, my hometown. What happens? Cop go arrest his ass before he does anything because fuck that. How hard is it? It's not hard. It's never been hard. Detectives immediately put Bowden under surveillance and were able to arrest him without incident. Yeah. While no weapons were found in his possession, detectives say they obtained information that led them to believe the 19-year-old might have access to firearms. Kind of makes you wonder, why isn't it always like that? Wow, that's like close to home. Close to home. I don't even know if there's anything in Phoenix, but we'll have to see it more. ICE arrests 32 suspects in undercover child exploitation operation out of Kansas. And wait, a Kansas operation follows the arrest of 43 suspects in Arizona's sex trafficking operations last month. Wow, they really seem to be busting these sex trafficking operations pretty big. You know, child sexual exploitation trafficking rings, adult trafficking rings, Operation Blue Ghost, picking up all kinds of motherfuckers wanting to do some weird shit with kids and stuff. What the fuck? They're still out there, but no, we don't need to be worrying about all that shit. Yeah. It doesn't exist. It's not real. It's not real, you guys. It's not real. Just like Steve Bannon subpoenaing the House committee and members to fight contempt charges. Did you hear this? Steve Bannon subpoenaed everybody on the January 6th committee in a lawsuit so he could hold them in contempt charges. Ha ha! What now? Checkmate, motherfuckers. Yeah, probably not. But, you know, look at Steve Bannon. He looks, if that's a recent picture of him, he looks messed up. But he's probably still more cogent than Joe Biden, which is a strange thing. What's this? An open secret? Like a Gabe Hoffman? Listen, Mark Middleton, cause of death revealed. He was found hanging in a tree with a shotgun blast at a ranch 30 miles from his home. What the fuck? Family of Bill Clinton advisor who admitted Jeffrey Epstein to the White House 7 times has blocked the release of files detailing the death scene after he was found hanging from a tree with a shotgun blast at a ranch 30 miles from his home. The fuck? He was found hanging from a tree with the shotgun blast. Wait a minute. If he was already hanging from the tree, why would there need to be any shotgun blast involved? Did he get shot with the shotgun and then they hang him up in the tree? Was he like hanging up in the tree like they were torturing him and then they got the information they needed and then they just gave him a ka-chow? Gave him the shot. Damn. Enter Hillary Clinton death count. How many is that now? I don't know, man. There's a website that keeps track of that shit, though. Probably got this one on there for sure. What is it? The Clinton side or is it Arkansas side? I don't know. Like, both of them work for this. But yeah, kind of seems a little bit weird if you ask me. How come all these people related to this Epstein fellow, in some way, shape, or form seem to end up dying in a mysterious way? I mean, Epstein himself allegedly, hung himself inside of his cell or whatever, but then, Ghislaine Maxwell or whatever, her ass is still around, apparently, right? I haven't heard any news that she, hung herself or anything like that, so that's cool, I guess. But, damn, kind of a weird one. I guess that's why they we didn't want anybody to know how he died or anything. They didn't want to, disclose any, information, but yeah, he was found hanging in a tree and he got a shotgun blast. Shotgun blast, kicking ass, paranoid, watch your back, control yourself. Two-tone reality, got my life and I'ma set you free. Anyways, this is fucking crazy. They blocked the release of the files surrounding the death scene. I mean, I don't even know what to say other than fuck, man, that's fucked up, man. That shit's fucked up. I want to know more. I want to know more. Yo, you guys remember Elon Musk? You remember Elon Musk, the guy that murdered James Mundard with the Tesla or whatever, according to some bitch on the internet? Musk threatens to kill Twitter deal over claimed lack of user data transparency. Oh, shit. Really, Elon? Really? You're going to kill the fucking deal? A lot of people got a lot riding on this deal, including you, and then you're coming in here and saying you're going to kill the deal. Why are you killing the deal, Elon? Why are you fucking this up for everybody, dude? Just fucking make the price. Pay the price. Pay the price. Oh, right. You're worried about fake users and bots and all that crap. I get it. In a fresh SEC filing, Twitter shared a letter received from Elon Musk's legal team indicating displeasures with the company's offered information regarding the level of spam and bot accounts of the service. It's the same concern that the technology entrepreneur has posted extensively about since his deal to buy the social media platform. Per the letter, which you can read here in its entirety, Musk considers Twitter's latest offer to simply provide additional details regarding the company's own testing methodologies, whether through wit materials or virtual explanations, is tantamount to refusing his data requests, and requests that SpaceX and Tesla CEO will help facilitate his evaluation of spam and fake bots on the platform. Because, Tesla is a data company. Do you think that Tesla is worth all the money that it's worth because it sells cars? If you thought that, you're kind of dumb. Tesla is a data company. They have all that self-driving car data and shit that they get from all the people that be buying them cars and stuff. And that data is worth mountains and mountains and oodles of more money than anything that you could ever think that would be coming from an actual them selling a Tesla car. Yeah, sure. They sell you a Tesla. You're paying for it the entire time you're paying for it. They're getting all of that data of you driving it to improve the self-driving features and shit like that. So you're basically beta testing for them and paying them to do so, which is pretty crazy if you really think about it. So, being a big data company, they know a little thing or two about identifying artificial animation and so on and so forth. So they want access to the data. Show me the data, bitches. Let us look at the data so we can figure it out for ourselves. And, yeah, it looks like They don't want to do that. They just want to like give him, some verbal stuff. Oh, well, here's the numbers that we have. Here's the stuff that we wrote down. That's okay to say to people. Oh, you guys actually want data? No, you guys can't have access to the actual data. That's not how this fucking works. You guys are gay. You guys are gay. So, yeah, we might not actually have the deal happening. And based on what's happening right now, they're really playing a game here. Big game. Because, if Twitter doesn't want to give them the data, and it's ruled that the SEC says that the data that Musk is asking for needs to be, handled over. Well, they might be having a problem, because then they might, have to renege on the deal and pay him $1 billion. Maybe they just want to have real accounts. Maybe they're just not done doing all of their data wishy-washy so that they could make it seem good. Yeah. But it's interesting, this has been the thing that we've been talking about a lot, and it should be, because obviously if it's 50% bots, 25% bots, that's definitely going to make it not worth what it's worth, what he's paying for. So think about that. I guess it's going to be interesting, because this battle's probably going to be heating up over the next couple of days. Wouldn't you know it? Yeah, you would know it. Now, more videos of Joe Biden.
Is in position and ready for his speech. We aren't sure how he'll react to the lady on stage. Stand by. All units, the Eagle appears to be leaning in right now. What is he doing? Oh God, he sniffed her. This is not a drill. The Eagle is sniffing. Oh dear Lord. Secret Service team, the Eagle is in some sort of trance or euphoria from that sniff. Send in an agent or the Easter Bunny to snap him out of it. Agent Fox, ask the Eagle if he's going to have another sniff attack. Okay, he's waving us off. It appears the situation is under control. Stand down. Is in position and...
He's sniffing me. Don't sniff me, you creepo. And I guess to end it today, this guy just gave me a bill idea. Offering Drag Queen 101 as a part of K-12 curriculum, attending Drag Queen story time will satisfy the requirement. Drag shows are no place for a child. I would never take my children to a drag show, and I would know Speaker Dade Fallon and my Republican colleagues wouldn't either. I'd be filing legislation to address the issue with this new thing. Yeah. Time to ban Drag Queen Story Hour. I don't know why all you transophobes are all, woo, what's wrong with this guy dressed up in drag reading to kids? We gotta get kids, used to being around these types of kids and stuff like that. Show them it's okay to express yourself. Hey. Gun control, abortion, gay trans rights. I mean, it's just been the same story, same old song for the last couple of months. It's kind of bullshit. I don't like it. I don't think anybody likes it. Nobody likes school shootings. Nobody likes threatening people. Nobody likes it when people are like, hey, I'm going to shoot you. But here we are, folks, in the new zone. And it just makes me wonder if we're really talking about the biblical prophecies of Sodom and Gomorrah. Maybe we are. I don't know. What I do know is that we must fight for our right to party and talk about the party and have guns at the party, because the fight is now. It's always gonna be now. And the more these things start happening across the world, these shootings and things, I mean, it's just only gonna add ammo to their pouch, so to speak. So if the globalist agenda is really going to take its hold, the globalist agenda says that you don't have any guns and your rights are much different than the ones that you have now. And it seems that we have a society that seems to be hell-bent on changing everything that made America great. Instead of America dying its own tragic death because something tragic happened, they're just trying to raise the place and turning it into something new before our very eyes and just tell us to deal with it. Honestly, there's nothing new under the sun. We've seen these kinds of things happen before. We're at the crossroads. And if we don't put logic and wisdom back into the economy and into our government, well, hope you guys learned Russian or Chinese or some shit like that. And I guess with that, we're done today. I appreciate all you guys for coming and checking us out today. Hopefully you guys have hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and consider sharing this with your friends, because that's the only way that our messages get out there into the world. And I'm sure your friends aren't going to make fun of you for watching this ridiculously awkward, weird show. But hey, it's all right. You know, we're all going to end up living in the UK and having, you know, weird overlords with pink hair and shit. It's going to be great, guys. You know, you'll learn to love all the naked sex parties and the weird shit going on. You'll just learn to, like, deal with it, okay? And if not, you know where the door is. Thanks for being here. Hopefully you guys had a great day, and bye. Why is the outro the same as the intro? That's not how it's supposed to be. That's not how it's supposed to be. Bye. Go home.